everyone! Welcome back to Speak Life English.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Emily. We're so happy you're here today.
This is our 30-day English speaking challenge, and today is...
Day 7. If you're learning English with us every day, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
It really helps us create more free lessons for you. Thank you so much.
So, Tom, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm a little tired, though.
Really? Why?
I woke up late this morning.
Oh no, what happened?
My alarm went off, but I turned it off and went right back to sleep.
Oh, I've done that too.
Really?
Yes, I always tell myself, just 5 more minutes.
Exactly. And somehow, 5 minutes turns into 30.
That's so true.
Then I had to rush out of the house.
Did you have breakfast?
Just a banana.
Only a banana?
I know, not exactly a healthy breakfast.
Well, at least you ate something.
That's true.
How was the weather this morning?
It was nice and sunny when I left home.
Lucky you. It was pouring where I live.
Seriously?
Yes, I even brought an umbrella.
Did you end up using it?
Not really.
No way!
The rain stopped about 5 minutes later.
Weather can be so unpredictable.
It really can.
So, did you have a busy weekend?
Not really. I visited my parents, watched a movie, and cooked dinner.
That sounds relaxing.
It was. What about you?
I planned to stay home, but my friends convinced me to go out.
And you couldn't say no?
Of course not.
I knew it.
We walked around the city, had coffee, and talked for hours.
Sounds like a great day.
It really was, but getting around the city took forever.
Really?
Yeah, the buses were packed and the roads were full of traffic.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Sometimes I think transportation is the most stressful part of going out.
Good point.
I spent almost an hour just getting from one place to another.
Wow, that's a long commute.
It was, but I still had a great time.
Speaking of transportation.
I think I know today's topic.
Oh, let's hear it.
Buses, trains, cars, bikes.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Today we're talking about transportation, how we travel every day, how we get from place to place, and the English people actually use in real life.
We'll share some funny travel stories.
Some common English mistakes.
And lots of useful expressions you can start using right away.
So whether you walk to work,
Ride a bike,
take the bus,
or drive a car.
this lesson is for you.
So grab a cup of coffee,
Relax.
and let's get started.
Let's go. So, Tom, what's your favorite way to travel around the city?
It depends.
Good answer. Why does it depend?
If the place is close, I usually walk.
Me too. Walking is free and it's good exercise.
Exactly. I also notice little things when I walk.
Like what?
Small coffee shops, flowers, street musicians, things I miss when I'm driving.
That's true. Walking helps you slow down a little.
But if it's far away, I'd rather take the subway.
Really? Not the bus?
I like the bus, but traffic can be terrible.
I agree. Sometimes a 10-minute trip becomes 30 minutes.
That happens to me all the time.
Do you ever ride a bike?
Yes, but only on weekends.
Why only on weekends?
Weekday traffic makes me nervous.
I understand. There are so many cars and motorcycles.
Exactly. I have to pay attention all the time.
I'd rather ride in a park than on a busy street.
That makes sense.
What about you, everyone? Do you usually walk, ride a bike, take the bus, or drive? Think about your answer while you listen.
Here's a question for you, Emily. Do you enjoy driving?
I'm not sure.
Really?
I like driving when the roads are quiet.
But...
Parking.
Yes. Finding a parking space.
Sometimes I spend more time looking for parking than driving.
No way!
Seriously.
I guess that's why many people take public transportation.
Exactly.
By the way, can I ask you something?
Sure.
What's the longest bus ride you've ever taken?
Oh, about 4 hours.
4 hours?
Yes, I was visiting my grandparents.
Were you comfortable?
At first, yes.
At first?
Then a little boy sat behind me.
Uh-oh.
He kicked my seat every 5 minutes.
Oh no.
His mother kept saying sorry.
At least she was polite.
That's true.
I once slept on a bus.
Sounds peaceful.
Not really.
Why?
I missed my stop.
Seriously?
Yes, I woke up 20 minutes later.
What did you do?
I got off the bus and waited for another one.
Were you late?
Just a little.
That's not too bad.
Now I set an alarm on my phone.
Good idea. Have you ever missed a bus?
More times than I want to admit.
What happened the last time?
I was walking to the bus stop.
Okay.
Then I saw the bus.
Did you run?
Of course.
Did you catch it?
Number.
Oh no.
The driver looked at me
And?
and drove away.
That's so sad.
I stood there like this.
I can imagine your face.
I had to wait 20 more minutes.
That's frustrating.
It is.
What do you usually do while waiting?
I listen to music or read messages.
Sounds like a good way to pass the time.
I always say, I go by bus.
That's correct.
Great.
But many learners also say, I ride the bus to work.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's natural too.
So both are fine.
Exactly. I go by bus and I take the bus are both very common.
I usually say, I take the bus.
Me too.
Oh, this reminds me of something embarrassing.
What happened?
I got on the bus,
Okay.
and then I couldn't find my wallet.
Seriously?
I checked every pocket.
Was it there?
Nope.
Oh no.
I thought I lost it.
What did you do?
I said to the driver, I'm so sorry.
That's polite.
Then I remembered,
Don't tell me.
my wallet was still on my desk at home.
That's something I would do.
Luckily, I could pay with my phone.
Technology saved the day.
Exactly.
I always check 3 things before leaving home.
Let me guess.
Phone,
Right?
wallet,
Of course.
keys.
The famous 3.
Phone, wallet, keys.
I say those words every morning.
Me too.
Sometimes I hear people say, I go with taxi.
Ah, that's a common mistake.
What's better?
We usually say, I take a taxi.
Or I go by taxi.
Exactly.
Nice and simple.
Have you ever taken the wrong train?
Unfortunately, yes.
Tell us the story.
I was talking to my friend.
You weren't paying attention.
Exactly.
Then what happened?
We got on the train.
Everything seemed normal?
For about 5 minutes.
Then?
My friend looked at the map.
Uh-oh.
He said, Tom, this train is going the other way.
No way.
We had to get off at the next stop.
Were you late?
About 30 minutes late.
At least you learned something.
Always check the station signs first.
That's great advice. If you're not sure which transportation to use, you can ask, what do you think?
Someone might answer, I'd rather take the subway.
Or, I prefer walking.
Or simply, it depends.
Those expressions sound very natural.
And you'll hear them all the time. Yesterday, I said, I arrived to the station.
Very common mistake.
What's correct?
We say, I arrived at the station.
Arrived at.
Exactly.
That's easy to remember.
Little changes like that make your English sound much more natural.
I like learning these small differences.
Me too. They're simple but very useful.
And don't worry if you make mistakes.
Exactly. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a language.
The important thing is to keep speaking.
That's how you improve. Let's talk about taxis.
Good idea. Do you take taxis often?
Not really.
Why not?
They're convenient, but they can be expensive.
I agree.
I usually save taxis for rainy days or when I'm carrying heavy bags.
That makes sense.
How about you?
I'd rather take a taxi if I'm running late.
That's true. Sometimes every minute counts.
Exactly.
Have you ever had a funny taxi ride?
Oh, yes.
Tell us.
One day, I got into a taxi.
Okay.
The driver smiled and said, "Good morning."
Sounds nice.
Then he started talking.
About what?
Everything.
Everything?
His family, his dog, his favorite food, his vacation.
Wow.
I barely said a word.
Maybe he just needed someone to listen.
I think so.
Did you enjoy it?
Actually, yes.
Really?
He was funny, and he recommended a great restaurant.
That's a nice surprise.
Have you ever had a quiet driver?
Yes.
Which do you prefer?
It depends.
That's your favorite answer today.
Sometimes I want to chat.
And sometimes?
I just want to enjoy the ride.
I know what you mean.
Speaking of transportation,
Let me guess.
getting lost.
Oh no, that happened to me last month.
Really?
I was looking for a bookstore.
Did you use your phone?
My phone battery was almost dead.
That's the worst time for your battery to die.
Exactly.
So what did you do?
I asked a woman on the street,
What did you say?
"Excuse me, could you help me?"
Perfect.
Then I asked, "How can I get to the bookstore?"
Great question.
She smiled and explained everything.
Was it easy to understand?
Not really.
Why?
She spoke very fast.
Oh, I know that feeling.
So I said, "Sorry, could you say that again?"
Excellent. That's a very useful expression.
Then she spoke more slowly.
That's usually what people do.
People are often happy to help.
I agree.
Sometimes beginners say, "Where is go to the station?"
That's a very common mistake.
What's the natural question?
How do I get to the station?
Or,
Where is the station?
nice and easy.
Exactly. Let's compare different kinds of transportation.
Sounds good.
Which is faster?
Usually the subway.
Which is cheaper?
Often the bus.
Which is healthier?
Walking or riding a bike.
Which is more comfortable?
Probably a taxi.
Which is better for the environment?
Walking and cycling.
Good point.
Every choice has advantages and disadvantages.
Exactly.
That's why I always say,
It depends.
you said it this time.
Have you ever missed the last train home?
Unfortunately,
Don't tell me you did.
I did.
Oh no!
My friends and I were talking after dinner.
Time goes by quickly.
Exactly.
Then what happened?
We arrived at the station.
And?
The doors closed right in front of us.
Seriously?
Yes,
That must have been disappointing.
it was.
What did you do?
We laughed.
Really?
There wasn't much else we could do.
That's true.
Then we took a taxi home.
At least you weren't alone.
Exactly.
Sometimes little problems become funny stories later.
I couldn't agree more. Yesterday I said, "The train was very crowded."
Ah, one small word.
What's correct?
We say, the train was very crowded.
Crowded.
Right.
And crowd is usually a noun.
Exactly.
English loves these tiny differences.
It really does.
Emily, do you have any transportation tips?
I do.
Let's hear them.
First, leave home a little earlier.
That's smart.
Second, check the traffic before you leave.
I always forget that.
Third, keep your phone charged.
Very important.
And finally,
Yes?
always carry a little cash.
Good idea.
Sometimes your phone can't pay.
That happened to my friend.
Really?
His battery died while he was paying.
Oh no.
Everyone behind him was waiting.
That's embarrassing.
He laughed about it later.
That's the best attitude.
I agree.
Here's a little challenge for everyone watching.
We love these.
Think about your trip to school or work this morning.
How did you get there?
Did you walk?
Take the bus?
Ride a bike?
Drive a car?
Or maybe take the subway?
Try answering in English.
Even 1 or 2 sentences is great practice.
Don't worry about being perfect.
Just keep speaking.
Every sentence helps you become more confident.
Exactly.
And confidence grows little by little.
That's how language learning works.
One conversation at a time.
Well said.
Thanks.
We've talked about buses,
Trains,
taxis,
walking,
bikes.
and lots of real-life situations.
Now let's slow down for a moment.
And review some of the most useful words and expressions from today's conversation.
Great idea. Repetition is one of the best ways to remember new English.
Let's do it!
That was a fun conversation.
It really was.
We talked about transportation, funny mistakes, getting lost, missing buses.
And even forgetting wallets.
Yes. Now let's review some useful words and expressions.
Don't worry if you don't remember everything.
That's completely normal.
The more you hear English, the easier it becomes.
Exactly. Let's start. Our first expression is public transportation.
Public transportation.
Great. Public transportation means buses, trains, subways, and other transportation that everyone can use.
I take public transportation almost every day.
Public transportation is usually cheaper than driving.
I like public transportation because I don't have to look for parking.
That's one of the biggest advantages.
And I can read or listen to music while traveling.
Me too. Next is traffic.
Traffic.
Traffic means all the cars, buses, and motorcycles on the road.
The traffic is really heavy this morning.
We left early because of the traffic.
Good idea.
Nobody enjoys sitting in traffic.
Definitely not.
Number 3 is miss the bus.
Miss the bus.
It means the bus leaves before you can get on.
I missed the bus yesterday.
Don't worry, another bus will come soon.
I hope so.
It happens to everyone.
Even to me.
Number 4 is get lost.
Get lost.
It means you don't know where you are or where to go.
I got lost in a new city.
My friend got lost because she followed the wrong map.
That's why asking for help is important.
Exactly. Number 5 is one of my favorite expressions.
I know this one.
It depends.
It depends.
We use it when the answer is different in different situations.
What's your favorite transportation?
It depends.
Of course.
Sometimes I walk. Sometimes I take the subway.
That's a perfect example.
Number 6 is I'd rather.
I'd rather.
We use this when we want one choice more than another.
I'd rather take the subway than drive.
I'd rather walk if the weather is nice.
Sounds good.
It's a very natural expression.
Native speakers use it all the time.
Number 7 is running late.
Running late.
It means you're going to arrive later than planned.
Sorry, I'm running late.
No problem, I'll wait for you.
Thanks.
We've all been running late at some point.
Especially on Monday mornings.
That's true. Our last expression is, could you say that again?
Could you say that again?
This is a very polite way to ask someone to repeat something.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Sure, the next train leaves in 5 minutes.
Thanks.
Don't be afraid to use this expression.
People are usually happy to repeat what they said.
Exactly. Let's review them one more time.
Ready?
Public transportation.
Traffic.
Miss the bus.
Get lost.
It depends.
I'd rather.
Running late.
Could you say that again?
Excellent.
If you remembered 4 or 5 of them,
You're already making progress.
if you remembered all 8,
That's wonderful.
but don't worry if you didn't.
Nobody learns a language in one day.
The secret isn't studying harder.
It's studying regularly.
5 or 10 minutes every day.
Is much better than one long study session every month.
Exactly.
Listen again.
Repeat aloud.
Use these expressions in your daily life.
Even simple sentences help.
Little by little,
Your confidence will grow.
that's the goal.
Ready to finish today's episode?
Almost.
First, let's quickly look back at everything we learned today.
Wow, time went by so fast.
It really did.
Today we talked all about transportation.
We shared our favorite ways to travel
Funny travel stories.
and some everyday situations that many people experience.
We also practiced useful expressions like,
It depends.
I'd rather.
Sounds good.
What do you think?
Could you say that again?
These are short expressions.
But they make your English sound much more natural.
We also looked at a few common mistakes.
Like saying, I go with taxi.
A more natural way is, I take a taxi.
Or, I go by taxi.
We also corrected, I arrived to the station.
The natural expression is, I arrived at the station.
And remember,
Crowd is a noun.
crowded is the adjective.
Small changes can make a big difference.
Exactly.
More importantly,
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
every English speaker has made mistakes before.
We learn by listening
Speaking,
and trying again.
progress is much more important than perfection.
That's a message we always want to share.
Every conversation makes you stronger.
Every new word gives you more confidence.
And every day you practice,
You're one step closer to speaking English naturally.
keep going.
Now it's time for
Our question of the day.
today's question is, how do you usually get to work or school?
Here's a simple answer.
Basic answer. I usually take the bus.
Nice and easy.
Now, let's make it a little better.
Better answer. I usually take the bus because it's cheap and convenient. Sometimes I walk if the weather is nice.
That's a great answer.
Short
Natural.
and easy to remember.
We'd love to hear your answer.
Tell us in the comments.
Even one sentence is enough.
If you're feeling confident,
Try writing 2 or 3 sentences.
don't worry about perfect grammar.
We'll be happy to read your comments.
And remember,
Every comment is English practice.
exactly.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today.
We really hope you enjoyed this conversation.
If today's lesson helped you,
Please give this video a thumbs up
subscribe to SpeakLife English.
and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next lesson.
If you have a friend who's learning English,
Share this video with them.
learning is always more fun together.
Absolutely.
Keep listening.
Keep speaking
Keep making mistakes.
and keep improving every single day.
Remember,
You don't have to speak perfect English.
you just have to keep speaking.
Little by little,
Day by day.
you'll be surprised by how much you improve.
Thank you again for watching.
Take care,
Keep practicing English every day.
and we'll see you in the next lesson.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.